I was just thinking about something. And the reason I'm thinking about this is because of something I have dealt with more than the other, right? It's something that I've had to deal with more than the other. And at this point, I'm just hitting record because it's time for me to say a lot of things that I want to say. And I want to talk about this thing, how you're supposed to love yourself, and it's true you're supposed to love yourself. And not really expect anybody else to give you love because nobody else can love you like you can love yourself. That's true. Nobody else can hate you like you can hate yourself as well, right? Nobody can hate you like you can hate yourself. Nobody can love you like you can love yourself. Nobody can hate you like you can hate yourself. Nobody can appreciate you like you can appreciate yourself. I'm going to take my time and say what I mean about this. So a lot of times for the way this world is programmed in this particular type of perception, right, is that we're supposed to love ourselves and not look for love in nobody else. But then we're supposed to kind of accept hate and mistreatment and just take it as that's humanity, that's this human, that's human nature. Why is it that we're supposed to learn how to love ourselves but then expect hate from others and learn how to deal with it? Expect mistreatment from others and take it as human nature. Why aren't you supposed to expect love from other people? Listen. Why aren't you supposed to expect love from other humans, but then hatred and anger and jealousy and envy, that's supposed to be human nature? Why is all low vibrational emotions, low emotions, low intelligence emotions, which I don't know if it's anything as low intelligence, but low emotions. Why is that to be expected of humanity? But when it comes to love, you're told to love yourself. And I agree with loving yourself, but my point is, here's the thing. When I talk about somebody, family being low down, and people being low down, and people being just nitpicky or just hateful or just nasty and brutal and, abusive, well, that's just the way it is. That's what's going on in the world. But then when it comes to love, why can't I get no love? I get all this hate. Why can't I get no love? You gotta love yourself. Love comes from within. Well, hate comes from within too, right? And I'm not saying that everywhere I go I see a bunch of hate. My point is I listen to how people talk. So this isn't really just always about me. I'm listening to how other people talk. Okay? And the way I hear a lot of people talk, no matter what color they are, it's like love has come within, where hate comes from within too, right? You gotta learn how to love yourself. Well, here's the thing. Since hate is so easy to come to me and to a lot of other people, hate seems to be real easy to come. Love don't seem to be easy to come. And I'm not even talking about a relationship. I'm not even talking about with a significant other. I'm just talking about in general. I'm talking about in general with people who's supposed to be humans. I don't think humanity is real any longer, though. Honestly, I don't. After 2020, I think humanity started to end. I think humanity was already ending, and I think 2020 just sealed the deal. I think after 2020, it sealed the deal on the end of humanity. But I already saw humanity ending anyway. But my point is this. It seems like it's normal to have all this mistreatment from people, no matter what it is. Narcissism, jealousy, envy, hate, stealing, all kinds of black magic used in a bad way, magic used in a negative way. It seems like it's normal to have all this low vibrational stuff going on. That's supposed to be called human nature. That's why humanity, I don't think, exists anymore, because I think humanity utilizes more of the low side of the emotions. I think humanity utilized the lower side the most, and I think with that being done, it allowed for AI to completely take over. And who can get mad? Who can really get mad? Humanity utilized the lower end of the vibration scale. They utilized the lower end. You know, the truth was given to humanity, but they were more attracted to reality TV, lies, and media, and the news, and CNN. But every time somebody bring the truth with all these kind of proof, they don't want to believe it, or if they do believe it, they don't care enough to even do anything about it. And the thing is, the truth doesn't even matter to a group of people who don't care enough. Somebody said, what does it mean to care? Care and compassion are different things. So what this person really described was what care means, C-A-R-E. And care means something that you give your attention to, whether it's something negative or something supposedly positive. It's whatever it is that you give your attention to. And the thing about the truth, when people know the truth, they don't care enough to do anything about it, so that they don't need the truth because they don't care to do anything about it. They just want to hear and have discussions on YouTube and listen and be entertained, but they're not going to do anything about it. They don't care enough to do anything about it. Okay? So, I say that to say that, getting back to this, this love versus hate. Here's why I am with the love and hate. It seems like hate and mistreatment, abuse, it just the negative end just seems to be so easy to come by. That I don't have to work hard to have that. Well, that's what's in your inner world. Well, that seems to be what's in a lot of people's inner world, though. That seems to be what's in a lot of people's inner world. Well, change your perception, change your reality. You know, I get change my perception. But I want to change my perception a lot enough for a lot of things to disappear, period. A lot of things just no longer exist. And that could mean me physically locating somewhere else too. Okay? Because it's hard to change something that's already been in place in the spiritual realm for such a long time. It's already taken root. And it's hard to undo that part. You know, but the love part, here's my thing. So when I'm getting on the love part, then I'm going to go to what care means. Care is whatever you give attention to. Whatever you give attention to. That's what you care about. Well, I care about love. I care about gratitude. I care about appreciation. And you know what? Since appreciation seems hard for me to come by, since love is hard for a lot of people to come by, even if they're in a relationship, even if they're married, it's rarely you see them that have real love. Okay? That's why you have a lot of women talking about just getting money. Because they know that's not something that really exists for real. Okay? But you get hate. Why is hate so strong? It's not hard to find hate in somebody. It is not hard to find, and it's not just my inner world. It's a lot of people. You just listen to other folks that ain't got nothing to do with you. Listen to other people that you ain't never met. To people that look like they got it all together. Well, nobody really has it all together. But, you know, they look like they kind of put together. You know what I mean? They look like they try to take care of business. And even some of the sharpest people, some of the people that look the most successful, I mean, and the people who don't look successful, I'm just trying to compare different types and different classes of people. They all have the same thing in common. You're going to come across hate a lot easier than you come across love. That's the point I'm making. So I'm going through all the different classes to show that it does not matter who you are, and it really does not matter what color you are. Because truth be told, even with the Asians, you have people who are more marriage-minded, true enough. But when I would work in those predominantly Asian areas, when I would work in healthcare, I would hear the men kind of talk to us, especially the older generation of the Asian couples. Especially the older generation of the Asian couple. Those men seemed like they didn't have emotions. So this younger generation of Asians, and when I see them just in the United States of America, they seem like they have a little bit more emotions, like they are more feminine, so they can kind of they can kind of connect to other feelings. They can have a little bit more compassion. But those older generation Asians, like the boomers, I would hear those men talk so abusive to those women. I mean, it was horrible. So just because it's an area where people are more marriage-minded doesn't really have anything to do with love. It's more about business. It's more about the community. It's more about a strong nation. It's more about children and building a nation and bringing the new generations up to build a strong nation more than it's about love. To me, because that's what I see in all these communities. It ain't nothing about no love. It's about building a strong nation. Okay? But, yeah, and so with that being said, it don't matter. I don't care what classes, what race, what color, what kind of hair they have. Ooh, excuse me, I just hiccuped. What kind of hair they have, whatever's going on, what kind of jobs they have, what kind of car they drive. I'm just kind of going down the line. It seems like all these people have a major thing in common, and you can come across hate. You can come across the lower emotions a lot easier than you can come across the higher emotions, no matter where or who the person is. Now, you might have one or two individuals that's lucky enough to have more love around them than they do lower emotions. Okay, well, that's good. Well, and I would say, like, around me, like, places where I go, because I keep to myself, I don't physically experience people that show a lot of hate, but that's because I keep to myself a lot. Okay, that's because I keep to myself a lot. But in the spiritual realm, I have experienced a lot of hate from, like, literally spirits. Okay, not necessarily people, but spirits, because of things that my family was involved in when I was a child. Okay, and when your family is involved in things as a child and they want to use you, then they kind of attach you to different negative entities. So I experienced a lot of hate. When I experienced a lot of hate in the spiritual realm, and so, but then at this, I could say, look, it's me and it's my perception. Maybe it's my perception to see other people that I don't even know, never spoke to. They can have money, they can be rich, they can be billionaires, they can be poor. They can look clean, they can keep themselves up, they can dress sharp. They can have all the support system in the world. It just don't matter. It seems like love is a lot more harder to come across for a majority of the people in the world. I'm just going to say for majority of the people in the world. It seems like love is a little hard to come by. You can get associates, okay? You can get people that you okay with, it's a lot of people that's not even your friend. I mean, you hear celebrities and people who are rich and just anybody, you hear them say that, you're lucky to have 2 or 3 friends. That's including Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg. They will all say you're lucky to really have 2 or 3 real friends. So even people with the most money, and they seem like they have all these folks around them, they seem like they got friends because they got money and power. But if anything ever happens to any one of them guys where they lose all their money and they lose their influence and they lose their power, all those folks, that network that they have, all those resources, they're going to start to disappear. It's a lot of people that haven't experienced love. A lot of people have not experienced love. Okay? And so here's what I'm going with this. Since in my case, because I can't speak for nobody else, since it seems like it's so easy for me to come across those lower end of the emotions, like hate and like jealousy and like whatever other type of lower end of the emotions, since it seemed like it's so easy for me to come across, then maybe I need to care more about the higher emotions. Maybe I need to care more about that. And I just talked about what care means. It means something that you put your attention on. something that you care about. Whatever you care about is something that you put your attention on. Something, whatever you put your attention on, and you care about it. So maybe I need to put my attention on love, okay, and literally manifesting love in my inner world, okay? It seems like it's easy to manifest hate and fear. But let me tell you something about hate and fear. The reason why it's easy for so many people to manifest hate and fear, well, look at the entities that's running the world. Look at the entities that's running the world. The entities that's running this world are narcissistic, they're psychopaths, they're sociopaths. That is what's running this world. Even the entity that a lot of people like to worship in religion is a narcissist. Sounds like it. Okay, that's the biggest narcissist right there. And wonder why other folks had that problem, because it looks like this entity that they like to worship in religion, looks like that's the biggest narcissist right there. Okay? So it's no surprise that a lot of people can seem to come across hate more easier, and just selfishness, like real selfishness, like don't care about nobody else type of selfishness, just don't care, you know, and or just cruelty. It seems like a lot of people in the world, it's easier for them to come across that, more than it's easier for them to come across love. Well, you got to get to a point where the entities that's running this world, they're going to eventually have to not run this world. They're going to have to eventually be overturned, or we got to be separated from them. Something got to happen, but they cannot be in our world anymore, because that is why most people experience more hate than they experience love, because of that type of stuff right there. Even the stuff that could have happened to me or other folks as a child, no matter what it is, it has to do with a lot of what's controlling the world, or what people have given their power to control the world. And this particular entity they worship, that they think might be a savior or something, of this entity that's in the Bible, that clearly, when I really look on things, it looked like this particular entity in religion did not like women at all. I mean, it was clear this entity in the Bible, he didn't like women. He seemed to have a disdain for women, and he liked being worshipped, and he's jealous. He's jealous, and he don't want anything else to come before him. That's something that wants all attention on him. That's a narcissist. And that's why, I mean, you wonder why it's so easy to come across so much struggle. Because this God or this entity made it clear that he will have compassion on whom he have compassion. And the fact that a lot of people continue to still struggle, he's not having compassion on people who struggle. He's having compassion on people who are in power. That's who he's having compassion on. But it looks like since it seems like love is supposed to come within, like you're supposed to, like hate has been so normalized in this particular perception or this particular reality. Hate and all these low emotions have been so normalized that you're supposed to expect it. Like you're supposed to expect it. You're supposed to expect that and take that as humanity. You're supposed to take all those lower end of the emotions as just humanity. But when it comes to the high end of the emotions, well, that comes from within. You're supposed to love yourself. Well, you know what? If I'm supposed to love myself, then I'm going to take all of my energy that would have been used to care for other people, I'm going to take it to put on myself. Because since all this love got to come from within, I don't have anything left to give to anybody else who cannot love me. I'm not going to give love to someone who cannot love me back. If I'm paid to help somebody, like do therapy and such like that, I'm going to do whatever I'm paid to do, like home health and do therapy. Same thing with anybody else who get paid, who have a business, whatever they're doing. You get paid to basically do a particular, be a different person for the day. But since it seems like love does not seem to be natural, then I can't give love out until love is given to me. I cannot give it out because there's no way I should be just manifesting. It should be, and I'm not necessarily manifesting it. I mean, a lot of stuff that the people that might get on my nerves is no different than a lot of people that get on other folks' nerves. It's just, see, that's the thing. We have accepted this as life. No, that's not life. You don't have to accept it as life. Oh, yeah, that's just life. You're going to have assholes. You're going to have people that's just going to be ugly like that. You're going to have people that just going to want to tear you down. That's just life. No, it ain't. See how we've been programmed to accept that as life? But when it comes to love, oh, well, you got to get love from within. Oh, but then that's just life that people are fucking assholes, though. That's life. You see what we have accepted? Okay, well, I don't accept that anymore. I don't accept that anymore because that don't have to be life. That's what we chose to believe is life. But that don't have to be life. So until I give love to whoever gives love to me, period. That's why I like dogs. Okay, that's why I'm just such an animal lover. And I like kids, little babies. Because they don't discriminate. They don't have the wherewithal to discriminate. And I'm not talking about color either. Okay, I'm not talking about color. You got people that's deep in their egos. That's basically what I'm saying. Babies and animals don't have egos like that. People have egos. People get in their egos. And I don't deal with people because people are in their egos. That's why I can't deal with people much. Because they're egos. They're egos. And that's why you can't get a lot of love out of people because most people are in their ego. So you're going to get more of the lower end of the emotions because people are in their egos. People believe they are their egos, and they don't know that they don't know that they're anything bigger than their ego. And even if they do know they're anything bigger than their ego, nothing is happening in their life where they feel like they need any kind of change. So even if they do feel like they are bigger than whatever they're acting like today or whatever the person they see today, even if they know they're bigger than that person that they are portraying, a lot of them are not going to do anything about it because they feel like it ain't broke, so they're not going to fix it. So as long as their life is going well, they're not going to do anything to even try to reach that higher being that they are. They're not going to do anything to try to reach it because they're satisfied. And this is not a criticism. I mean, it's like you got to get whooped to reach that higher being, to be motivated to get to that higher being. You got to be whipped. Okay, whooped. So, my thing is with this. I'm no longer giving out love to people. I have no more love to give to people. Until I see that people are capable of giving love, I cannot give it to them. Okay, I can't give it to them. I cannot share with people the more positive sides of who I am. I can no longer share this with people. I would do what I'm paid to do. I'll do what I'm paid to do. But I can no longer go any more above and beyond. Because whatever extra energy that I have to use, it has to go towards me. Because since people are lacking in love, and I mean, you just hear that everywhere. It's not just me saying that. You hear that, oh, well, that's what you perceive. No, that's a lie. Everybody talk about love, that love is lacking. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that love is lacking. I mean, look at what's kind of controlling me. Look at Hollywood. Who's controlling media? You're going to hear a lot of people that say love is lacking because the people that's controlling it don't want people on the vibration of love. They don't want people on the vibration of love. The people that's running, controlling media and controlling a lot of what's going on, they don't want people vibrating on that level. So they're going to, it's going to be a huge lack in love. That's not just a perception. That's really what's kind of going on. So here's what I'm saying. Since people have been so much under mind control, since people are so much under mind control that they don't know how to give love, they don't know how to give appreciation, they don't know how to show appreciation. You know, they don't know how to, basically, you know, since so many people are vibrating on that lower end because of mind control. And then I just really don't have any more to give to them. I don't have any more to give to this collective of what look like people. Okay? I don't have any more to give to them. You know? Because since these qualities no longer really exist in people anymore, because I don't think people are real anymore, since these qualities don't really exist in what looks like people, then I'm going to have to use whatever I have left to put that energy in myself. Since it seems like it's not a humanity, I'm not going to give love anymore. I'm not going to give out love. Because I need to, whatever I give, whatever I have left to give needs to go to me. Okay, it needs to go to me. It can't go to anybody else. They need to show it to me. I need to see that it's in them. And it's not to say I'm going to let somebody, if I see somebody lying on the sidewalk and if I see somebody lying on the street and they dead or something, it's not to say that I won't call 911 and try to get help or something like that. I don't mean that. Same thing with that guy that I talked about in a couple of days ago about how, you know, it seemed like the nurses wasn't helping him with the issue he had. You know, goodness gracious. You know, it's certain people I want out my inner world too. I'm sorry. You do need to discriminate. Certain behaviors I don't want in my inner world. I'm looking at something right now and it's like, I don't want these people existing in my world anymore. I don't want to feel anything for them at all. They need to get the heck on. I don't like that. I don't like that energy. Anyway, and I'm sorry. I ain't judging them, but I don't want them in my. I don't want them. I don't want them. Okay, it's too much of that shit going around. But anyway, yeah. But that's it. I'm about to go on and go. But yeah, I'm driving off. So I'm moving around. Let me move this to the side so you're going to see my thing change because I'm moving it. Okay.